And you're a
Hey,
flat earther.
I'm Andrew. I'm a flat earther. Take 30 days to watch the moon. Track its path that's really similar to the sun. Watch the phases. Watch the moon during the night and the day. And then tell me it's a big ball of rock in space.
It's a big ball of rock in space. What observations were you doing? Or more to the point, what the fuck were you looking at that made you determine that it wasn't? I can't conceive of the mind of a man that honestly tells me that he looks at this and is telling me that it's not a physical object, a dense object made out of rock. I cannot conceive the mind of a man who thinks that. This is why I can't take people like this smug smile right here, and the rest of people, because Flat Earth arsehole's in here somewhere doing what he does best, talking bollocks. But I cannot understand the man who honestly looks at this. There's more. Look, this picture, for example, that looks at this and honestly is trying to tell me that it's a translucent object that emits its own light nonetheless, even though you can see shadows here. And if you look at this, past the Terminator here, look, you obviously have a very high point that's also still getting a little bit of light up here. Much better example here, look. Obviously made out of actual matter, made out of solid matter, like rock or whatever substance that the moon is made of. It's obviously not translucent, or any of this, or any other, that sort of bollocks. Look, shadows exactly where you expect them to be. Light, see, look, here's a good example of it. Look, here's inside the crater. See, it's almost like a little crescent moon here. You know, right there. And then when you go past that, on the other side of the crater, it's dark there as well. I mean, I'm sorry, but this is one of the reasons why that flat earthers are not taken seriously and are ridiculed so much, is because of bullshit like this. There's so many out there, including Russian vids, my favourite Ginger Boy, fucking Subphotonic, and many others, right? Honestly are trying to tell me that it's a translucent object, and that even it emits its own light, and that the moon phases are not because of our position on Earth looking up at the moon. Because some flat earthers will try and tell you that it's the Earth's shadow that causes moon phases. I have no idea where they got that from. That is not the case. And just look at there, you know, look back over it, look at the marks on it. Yeah, that's a true translucent object, alright. But then one of the other kind of concepts for this is when they look at pictures like this. Now, Flat Earth arsehole did this, but I think did a video of this where the moon phases don't add up. But look, Russian vids has done many times in many videos, and many other flat earthers for that matter, that you can see the atmosphere through the moon. Wow, you deserve a massive amount of brownie points for that fucking observation. Good grief. So look, they look at that and claim that, so for some reason, then you can see the atmosphere, so for some reason only the light side of the moon becomes a physical mass, and that when it's not, on the other side, the rest of it magically, through some sort of magic physics and whatever, decides to disappear until it's a full moon again, and then then we'll see the whole moon. So they claim that this is, we're seeing the atmosphere through the moon. But what's happening is, what's happening is that the lit side of the moon is powerful enough to penetrate our atmosphere so we can see it. The dark side is not. Sounds like Star Wars then, I do apologise. The dark side of the moon is the dark bit, you know, we can't see the dark parts through our atmosphere, which is why it appears blue. Good example of this is Mount Conaguaro. Okay, look, see the white parts that are covered in snow are nice and bright, still got a tinge of blue to them, but the dark parts, the rock parts, you know, the rock that's shown, that's turning blue. So we're seeing the atmosphere through the mountain then, are we? Okay, now a good example of this. Look at that. That's even more. Look, we're seeing the atmosphere. Are we seeing the atmosphere through the mountain? No. It's so far, and this all depends on time of day, not just distance, time of day. It all depends on the time of day and the angle of the sun in the sky. So basically, when it gets to late afternoon or evening or early morning, it won't probably appear that blue. Look, even the trees, they look in the background there, they're all looking blue because we're seeing them through the Earth's atmosphere. Exactly the same thing that's going through there. I know these are within Earth's atmosphere, which is why we can still see the dark bit. This is very far away. Flat earthers will even tell you, even Jeranism will tell you through trigonometry, through their flat earth trigonometry, that both the sun and the moon are both 3,000 miles away. So even taking this into account, this proves the sun is close, but that's only a few miles. This is still supposedly in their model 3,000 miles high. Try and explain that one. I do apologise, I didn't start this video off properly. Angry Welshman here, back again. Well, hey. Now, another sort of thing they come up with is things like this. Now, Subphotonic tries to tell me that he's done extensive research into two translucent objects called Ruru and K2, or whatever the fuck they are. I have no idea. If anybody can bring me up on what that's supposed to be. That apparently they are two translucent circles that come through or circle us that we never see, only when a lunar and solar eclipse happens. So one of them does the lunar eclipse here, and the other one does an actual eclipse. So this is a lunar eclipse, and the other one does the solar eclipse. Now the reason for this, and it's perfectly reasonable because you can understand why the clouds at a certain angle, when the sun is at a certain time, either in the morning or either early evening before the sun is set, the underneath of the clouds will start to look orange, and sometimes the atmosphere, the sky would look kind of orange and all that kind of thing. This is what's happening here. This is why it's rare. It doesn't happen very often. Lunar eclipses, that the sun and the moon have to be, or the moon has to be in the perfect part of its orbit, that it's at the correct height in our perspective in the sky, that when the light passes through Earth's atmosphere, it's getting that red light. As you can tell, even this ground here has a little bit of reddish to it. But their thing is apparently they're two translucent objects, or transparent objects, that we cannot see anywhere in the night sky at all. The one that causes the solar eclipses, we can't see that at all, even though apparently it is in the exact position as the moon. Go figure. Coincidence, I guess. And also I think now, I don't know what to say for that. And then, I want flat earthers to try and understand how, in the name of all that's holy, if that's not the case, and it's not the moon, even though using the positions of the moon and our today's understanding of orbital mechanics, how is every single lunar eclipse and solar eclipse, well, mainly solar eclipses in this case, have been documented and mathematically and scientifically proven and predicted to happen. This will be the next one. On August the 21st. Now, I'm probably not going to be able to see it here in the UK, but if you're in... I have no idea, I can't read that. If you're in Wyoming and Idaho and South Carolina and Tennessee, you have a chance to see a solar eclipse. So, if this really wasn't the case, how the hell could they mathematically prove those? So using the mathematics that comes with our orbit around the sun and the moon's orbit around us, they've managed to mathematically and correctly predict all solar eclipses. How is that fucking possible, my lovely chums at the Flat Earth Society? Or not necessarily Flat Earth Society, Flat Earth people. Please tell me that. It's unbelievable. Going back to my moon phases. There's some of this. They claim that the moon is self-illuminating, even though it creates shadows. It's funny how the moon is in the correct position in the sky, along with the sun, that the light side always faces the sun. And no, I'm not taking that video that Flat Earth Arsehole used. Well, you can draw a straight line to them. No, think three-dimensionally, for fuck's sake. They might look at the same distance away or a straight line, but they really are not. Hence why you get what you're looking at. I really don't know what to say. And this is really simple observations you can do. All this, it's you know, I can't believe that I don't think everybody in this party are flat earthers, but most of them are. I think I can hear I can hear ODD Reality in the, I think he's the guy that's holding the camera. Probably other people are here. Oh my god. And where is he? Let's see if I can pick this out. I'm not even going to call this video good watch. Don't watch it, it'll hurt. Trust me. You know, Flat Earth Arsehole essentially is in this fucking video, holds up a cup of water to somebody and just goes, look, the water's flat. There he is. See that? The water's flat. Look, more fucking ridiculous smiley faces of people that just don't get it. I'm going to say right now that I probably will be doing a video of my thoughts of the conspiracies of the moon landings. And what I think of that, and how even if we have never have been there, that doesn't suggest in any way that the Earth is flat. Yes, it'll be a dark time in human history if it was the case, and I do doubt that. But yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the Earth being flat, and I'll give my reasons for that in another video. Right, that's it for me. This is another short, simple video, just me and my own opinions and observational truths and observations you can make, just knowledge that people have, my knowledge of what I think's going on, all that kind of thing, that just shows, you know, let me just say this again. Where's that dude? Where is he? Right.
How's it going, guys?
He does his thing, and he's a flat earther.
Oh, yeah.
Say your name, and you're a flat earther.
I'm Andrew. I'm a flat earther. Take 30 days to watch the moon. Track its path that's really similar to the sun. Watch the phases. Watch the moon during the night and the day. And then tell me it's a big ball of rock in space.
No doubt,
Check
man.
it out.
And it's a big ball of rock in space. Alright? Good night, and I'll see you again. This has been Angry Welshman. Good night.